You ever just read things on the internet that make you want to like scream internally or externally even? The Digimon card game TCG 2020 group is quickly turning into the Zodiac Duelist equivalent of Digimon. And someone who is a part of the group and someone who reads it on the daily and someone who tries to be involved with the community, I want to have a generic conversation about a couple of the topics that are up and coming in this group. Because there's been a lot of stuff going on this week. It's been pretty active in that group. And, I always thought that my YouTube comment section was as degenerate as it gets. Because it's pretty bad. Sometimes people say some interesting things, to say the least. However, this Digimon group is going off. It's something else. So I want to have a conversation about it. This is more of a Digimon community type of video, not so much strategy or market or whatever, because the game is made possible by the people that exist within the space, the people in this group who actually play the game. And those are the ones that, are the ones you'll see at regionals, or maybe not, or at locals, or maybe not, or maybe just complaining on the internet, or giving what they think are genuine critiques and insights when really it's just hot air and a mess. Let's talk about what's going on here today. There's been a lot of stuff happening about ban list predictions. I think everyone is pretty much knowing that a ban list is coming. Now, to be fair, we don't know when. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months. So I'd argue somewhere in that range, we're getting a ban list. But like, the anonymous participants in particular have really been going off. They are just talking about the things that really, really bother them. So we actually had an anonymous participant actually, instead of being the one making the opinion, fed the opinions. To which someone responded, anonymous participants should be banned, which is pretty cool. And all other stuff is happening here. It's pretty crazy stuff. We have another one here. I love how most posts in this group are crying about what should be banned or what should be unbanned. Best of luck. Bandai's history managing their list thus far is lackluster. Keep the copium strong. It just goes on. It just doesn't stop to the point where you get more stuff like this. This I took personally. This is when the crusade started. This autonomous participant said, I'm only doing singles for EX6, so I decided to buy the pre-sales for the commons on commons, waiting for the rare super rare to reach normal prices. At worst case, I will have overspent by a single Dunkin' Donut. Now, you know how I feel about buying the pre-sales. I think y'all are pretty clear how I feel. And I just basically said that he doesn't deserve Dunkin' Donuts. And it's true. Now, this guy is half smart for waiting for the rares and super rares to reach normal prices. He should also be waiting for the commons and uncommons, but at least he's half right. Half right is better than 100% wrong, I guess. So I don't know. We'll have baby steps. This is a post that was posted today that ended up getting deleted. Like, I couldn't send this message. I found the post. And this was really unhinged. This was an anonymous participant saying, to solve the Ukumon problem, what if we just got rid of the breeding area? Most card games simply don't have a breeding area where they can keep their guys safe before they're ready to make a move. Like in any other card game, we'd pay a cost and commit bodies to the board. To which people were just basically trolling the guy nonstop. Because, like, why? Yeah, let's just take away one of the rules and areas of the field while we're at it. Why don't you just nuke 10% of your board? Why prevent it from doing anything? Just change the game completely. Why not? I mean, it makes an interesting thought experiment, I guess, if you think about it for less than 30 seconds. But then, it's so dumb. Like, what are you doing? Let's solve the Ukumon problem. Like, you realize that power creep happens regardless of how the game works, right? So if it wasn't Ukomons with a breeding area, it would be something else. So this is basically a moot point. This one's a funny that I made, and I'm just... So this actually ended up getting removed. This was live for like a day. But the mods, the Facebook group finally got to it. I'm a big fan of U.S. politics in the sense that U.S. politics are hilarious. I feel kind of bad for my U.S. fan base because like y'all are getting shafted over in the states. Over here in Canada, we got Trudeau, and Trudeau's not that good, but he's pretty tame compared to what's going on over on your side of the border. So honestly, I feel for you. But some of the funny stuff that comes from Sanders and Trump and Dark Brandon. It's so funny. So anyway, I liked implementing that in there, and yeah, anonymous participants once again asking for Ukamon to be banned, and I think everyone. I went a little bit too far, maybe a little bit too far, but like it's all over the place. Everyone wants Ukamon banned, and like anonymous participants are just on it. I don't know what it is, but anonymous participants and cards getting on the ban list. Why is it like the peanut butter and jelly? I don't understand. Anyway, so all this toxicity, and there were people that made much more unhinged posts, actually like attacking anonymous participants for having less than educated opinions. There were actual real attacks, not like real attacks, like internet attacks, keyboard warriors, like the people in my comment section, keyboard warriors attacking the anonymous participants. And like the whole reason they exist, right, is because they have reasons to not post not anonymously. One example that no one ever talks about, like there are people that because of their work, they can't just be posting random nonsense on the internet because their work would actually catch that and like maybe say, what are you doing, why are you representing the company like this? But anonymously, you can do whatever you want, nobody will know it's you. And besides, it's meant to shield people so they don't get like maybe price shamed publicly, or if the card's too expensive, or shamed by their ideas if they're having bad ideas. It's basically a shield of all sorts of nonsense. And it got really bad, so a mod stepped in here and said anonymous posts are there for a reason. Some people use them correctly since the TCG community space has proven not safe to certain people. They'll not be going away. However, for those people bashing anonymous posts, getting into childish fights in the comments, or trolling the anonymous posts, you will have your posts removed, and repeat offenses will lead towards suspensions and bans. This exact attitude is why we have anonymous posts, because certain masses don't feel safe in the community for your attitudes or your behavior. Most of you are grown adults, please act like it. If you see a post or comment that is against our community standards, report it. Don't act childish or yourself, because your comments will be held in the standard. There will be a ban list mega thread discussion posted by the admin if not done so already. The community standards are still expected there. My suggestion to you is learn how to interact with a card game and the community without being childish or mean to others. This is interesting. So it was getting so bad that it had to be addressed in a very, very, very big, large post. A girthy post, some would say. And I'm hit or miss. The reason I'm hit or miss is because some of the best ideas come from the dumbest things you've ever seen. Maybe it's just the hypothesis that you have one extreme of so stupid that it leads to the opposite end where actual good constructive ideas come out of it. But by like tailgate, like by burying that a little bit, it creates more of an impediment for growth. And this isn't gonna stop. That's the worst part. But another mod. An hour ago, before recording this, I removed the ability to anonymous post in the meantime. Once there's a drop in number of posts that are not welcome in this group, it will be reinstated. There have been many that have been using it to start threads that are obviously against the rules, as well to attack others. Most recent anonymous post was targeted at one of the mods after they posted for users to stop being immature, as there has been an uptick of said posts. This is obviously referencing this post. I didn't see the one that was attacking it, but I believe it because it's interesting. The group is not here for you to attack others. This group is not your little playground for you to throw shit figuratively at others. It's here to share the love of the card, the game, and its metaphor and media. I understand players and bystanders have big opinions on the meta. I do support said discussions, but creating honest posts and actively using it to hate farm, not the discussion we're supporting. as there a mega thread now for sub discussion. All discussions that is posted that is meant to be there that isn't will be removed. This limitation will be removed when the number of posts do clear down. I do not wish to keep it as a permanent fixture. However, after users have been moved from said posts to harassment to other users and other mods, I'll not accept that. This is a bit interesting as well, because some comments on this immediately were like, this seems like a bit of a weird move. And I agree, because now it's going to reduce the people that had the reasons to anonymous post. Now, I don't actually think it'll reduce it that much, per se, because anonymous posts, up until this week, were pretty few and far between. But it is interesting that they're limiting the ability to communicate free speech because of the excuse of hate farming. And this is the slippery slope that the Zodiac Duelist Yu-Gi-Oh group is in. They're just a toxic hate farm. And unless the post and comment in particular is absolutely deplorable, like subhuman fecal matter nonsense level, it doesn't get removed. It's basically a toxic cesspool of garbage. And this group is sort of headed in that direction. If you look at all the signs, Zodiac Duelist has been around for a long time, almost since the inception of Facebook and content creation. This has been around for 4 years. It's still got legs to grow, or horns to grow, and a devilish-looking tail, depending on what angle you take. I think that we all could learn and try to be a little more responsible, though, all in all. It's kind of the point I've been making. Yeah, people will say stupid things on the internet. They will. They will say stupid things. People will also say stupid things in relation to other people, whether or not it is warranted or not. Unfortunately, this will never stop. It's almost just like a multiplying effect, or like a hydra. You cut off one head, two more grow, so on and so forth. I think this is their attempt at cutting off some hydra heads. And while it might stop things in the short term, the hydra heads will regrow, and it'll be a lot worse off because of it. That's my opinion anyway. Like, if there are posts actually attacking people and, like, being racial, sexist, whatever, like garbage. Someone came in my house. If there are posts like that, then they shouldn't exist. And I agree with that. But, like, they are just taking down posts that are meant to maybe have positive effect in discussion. The biggest example of this one that was taken down was this one. I mean, because it's an honest participant, we don't really know if this was a serious post or not. It might have been a trolling post. But, like, at its fundamental level, it does get you to think at least a little bit as to what could happen in a different world, right? This is obviously never going to happen, but it does invite the thought process of how to nerf certain things and discussion about it and whatever. There are posts that just do nothing for anything. Like, this one is obviously an attack on me. I don't care. Like, I am not a snowflake crybaby. I eat this stuff for breakfast. Whenever someone leaves a stupid comment on my YouTube videos, it turns me on and gets me excited. This stuff is just, I love it. It excites me. It's the little bit of joy I get each day type of thing. And, like, this one is just attacking anonymous. This is an anonymous participant attacking anonymous participants. So you can kind of see how the Hydra is growing here. All in all, though, I wanted to share this. It is kind of funny, haha, but it's also sort of kind of serious. And it's just a prelude into how things are going to get worse in the future. These temporary fixes are not going to fix anything in the long term. It's actually going to get worse. People just have to kind of do better. And people on the internet really are not capable of getting better when it comes to this kind of stuff. Because people love this kind of stuff. They eat it up. And some people will go far with it and actually make posts, comments, and all this kind of stuff. Actively spend hours on this group a day. I spend like 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe on this Facebook group a day. Maybe. That's assuming I'm not busy. But there are people that spend hours on this group just commenting and like just not necessarily having positive discussion about it, right? So anyway, that's it. Just a random little post about this week's Nonsense of Digimon group. Yeah, this is where we are, and it's only going to get worse. So let me know what you think in the comments. There you go. Yep,